Hello everyone, I'm Lana from South Florida. Welcome to my channel and let's check out what is in bloom. Look at this beautiful eggplant or plum color dendrobium. This one, I don't have a name for it, but what a gorgeous set. I'm not sure how many flower spikes this one has. It just looks fantastic. And, it's pretty big size plant. That was a present from my son a few years ago. And I repotted it in this pretty clay pot from Orchid, and it took off and so happy. It blooms forever. The blooms last very long time, months. At the time I think it bloomed for like 4 or 5 months. So love dendrobiums, although sometimes they do drop their leaves. They don't like really cold weather, but like when it goes below 50, it's good if you can bring them in the house so they won't lose their leaves. But look at this gorgeous one, gorgeous. And the media it grows in is a that's what my dendrobium and potted cattleyas like, really, is expanded clay pebbles with charcoal and little bit coconut husk. Look what is blooming here. She's on the way out, really burned out by the sun, but it's blooming for a long time. When the cattleya has this waxy texture leaf petals, the flowers last really long. She smells amazing. Very high fragrance, very yummy, flowery. And look at these flower spikes. It grew more than a foot tall. This spike had 4 flowers for me, and it was dark burgundy and it looked like fuchsia pink, but it's just been on the sun for a while, for a couple of weeks or even more. I would say she's blooming for at least 3 weeks maybe. When did I have my last video? It's been a while. Sorry you guys, I just been so busy lately. I'm getting ready for my big trip to go see my parents. Oh, it's a mess there. So I had to do a lot of yard work, housework to get everything ready for the trip before I leave. Because my husband is gonna take care of the orchids, and he is not orchid guy or any kind of plant guy. So I have to arrange them in certain way, so when he waters them, the ones that need to be watered every day in one area, the ones that need to be watered 2-3 times a week in the other area. So he he gets it a little bit easier way. Look at these dendrobiums. Like, I think each and every of the dendrobiums in this area has flower spikes. It's insane. I'm gonna miss all this crazy beauty because lots of them just starting to open up. And look at this. This one is gonna drop these leaves, the ones that starting to lose the color, and I have no idea why. Like, in the middle of cane, those 4 leaves losing color. I have no idea. Don't ask me, guys. It's like too much water, not enough water, too much sun, not enough sun. It's hard. Look at this huge cane. This grew this year. This new cane, I don't know, it's like at least 4 feet long. Those dendrobiums, like, not all dendrobiums grow really big. Some are more miniature, some are more compact, some are huge. So if you don't have much space, you better know what are you getting. But I love big, huge orchids. I have plenty of space for the big ones, and they're just amazing. Look at this. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flower spikes, just starting to open up. Love it. Yellow have few spikes. This one been blooming forever, little bit pale and more limeish color, lemonish, not limeish, lemonish color yellow, just starting to open up. This one, gorgeous colors. Look at this dark purple. Ah, pretty. Two flower spikes. This pretty papaya, just starting to open up, has three flower spikes, I believe. Look at this, gorgeous. This one is different orchid, and this other purple, similar colors, little smaller flowers. And this was my very first dendrobium. It is kind of growing more compact. It's pretty tall, but 2.5, 3 feet tall. And I don't know how many spikes it has. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think at least 9. And there's some canes that lost their leaves completely, and then they grew new canes with leaves, so it looks pretty, and it's still opening up. Look, some flowers just gonna drop, some buds I mean, but in overall love it. This one doesn't have a name, but it's like generic one that you always see in a Home Depot probably. So those are just what they call phalaenopsis type dendrobiums that bloom few times a year, blooms last forever. I love them. I love them, just blooming all the time pretty much. So this is my big stand with orchids, with all my dendrobiums. And over there I have few more. Those guys, this is antelope type, little different cross, so they grow tall. Those guys grow tall. This one, I don't know, probably 4 feet, but it's still young. Look at this baby. This one been blooming for a long time. So pretty. Look at this. And this one I repotted in the spring, and I potted it in. It's just lava rock. There is nothing, no wood, nothing organic, I will say. So lava rock and charcoal. And I get my charcoal now from Home Depot. So big red bag of real wood. This one, bad idea. I had it, I put a pot in here, and then it's overgrew, so I added some lava rock. So this one going to be repotted next year. And this is, I don't recommend to pot it like that when the pot is in the pot. So, and this baby, just potted in a pot. I'm not gonna add rocks around it. I'm just gonna repot it when it outgrows the other pot. So, ooh, sorry for the noise. This one is happened to be very fragrant. I think there is a name for it, or was a name for it. This one very pretty also. So pretty. The color. Name. The tags are gone. I need to look for them. Okay, let's move on and see this little purple splash. It used to be more spectacular. It just doesn't have as many flowers right now. I think the reason was I moved it to different place and it was not as happy. I think here in a full enclosure on my patio, that's where they're the most happy, because it gets plenty of sun, although the sun is a little bit shaded by the screen. So plenty of sun, but not enough to get them burned. Alright, and my Vanda Pichara Delights are in bloom. That's the arrangement on this big clay pot from Benjan Orchids. 2 of them blooming, and there is another flower spike here. So, and I think even this one has a little flower spike. So they not bloom. They don't bloom all together at the same time, but sometimes I have 2 or 3 even open at the same time, not 5. I have 5 of different purple colors Vandas on this pot. Alright, and so many spikes. Dendrobiums. Love it. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna be away for 5 weeks. Look at this. Love it, love it. Flowers everywhere. So dendrobiums going crazy. We're gonna go out through the enclosure, out of the patio, and I have cute flowering, I'm sorry for the noise, dendrobiums here on my tree. So this is it's a coconut tree, but she doesn't grow big coconuts. She gets babies and she drops the seeds. Compared to the other one, those are big fat coconuts that need to be taken down. So I'm trying not to walk under that tree. So let's check it out. I know you guys, you had few questions that I haven't been able to answer. I mean, just the time, I'm so sorry, but remember the video with my passion fruit vine. So I didn't cut it all completely. I trimmed off all the dead leaves and branches, really just left the main stalk. I don't know why. I'm just giving it a chance, but I feel in my heart that it's gonna die anyway. So when I come back, I'll deal with it. But somebody asked me what kind of trellis I grow it. So I have the wire between the 2 palm trees, double wire, and then over there again between the other 2 palm trees. So it's 2 wires going, one this direction to this palm tree and the other one that direction. And it was beautiful, because it doesn't climb up, it goes it climbs horizontally. It was perfect. I mean, it was blooming like crazy, but I don't know, it just got some disease. It started losing leaves, and even the fruits were like empty inside. So I'm not gonna try to fruit that one. I'm gonna put it down and maybe get a new pot and grow from the scratch. Anyway, let's get back to this baby. So this is dendrobium that I had for a few years, and I think I've talked about it so many times. It was about to die. Oh, by the way, I have a bunch of them blooming. So I put it on a palm tree, and it's just multiplied like crazy. It came alive, it grew a lot, so I have more babies from it. And I just love this little flower spikes, because the spikes are very thin, so they're very bouncy. When it's windy, they like dance like little butterflies. And the color, they're so cute. They're also long-lasting blooms, and they do bloom couple times a year. So this one is pretty happy attached to the tree, and I have bunch of couple of the cattleys here. This one attached not long ago, but grew new cane. I don't know if it's gonna bloom. This one finally grew new cane with a sheet, but it's never bloomed for me. What I'm proud of here is the Vanda type orchid that is blooming for me. Now somebody ate the little, what you call this little thing. Oh my goodness, I forgot. Is a lip, right? Yes. Somebody ate lip from this two, or those two old burned out, and a couple of new flowers here. Very pretty, very fragrant. I love this. Is like very small, skinny leaf. I mean, not skinny leaves, but it's not wide leaves. No, the leaves are wide, but not long, right? Short leaves. There we go. So it's one plant, but it has kind of 1, 2, and then 3 grows from one plant. And finally, last year I missed blooming because I was out of country. This year it bloomed for me. I'm so happy I saw it finally. This one blooms once a year. And we have here the Vanda orchid that's on the way out. This is Arachnis. It's like a wild orchid, Vanda type orchid. So pretty much all my strip type Vandas are on that wire, hanging off the wire between the palm trees. And I have some Spanish moss because I cut off all the vine that was giving little shade on the midday. These provide little bit shade, but they have a good shade midday, the when it's the hottest sun here because of the palm fronds. And then they do get plenty of morning sun, and like direct morning sun, and afternoon later sun too on the other side. Love this baby. I'm so happy it blooms. It haven't been blooming for me often, just 2 times in a 1.5 year that I have it, but the color is beautiful. And it's so fragrant, close to Mimi Palmer fragrance, because I think that's the cross with Vanda Mimi Palmer with Vanda Tessellata. Yes, and smell is both of them, both of those orchids, parents are very fragrant, so they've got amazing fragrance too. So she's looking like a palm tree because she lost a lot of leaves on the bottom. Actually, I got her because that was from somebody. I got it from somebody's collection. So it's already had this shape. It wasn't on the orchid show. I didn't buy it from the orchid show when they're in perfect condition. Look what is blooming here. Purple spots. That is the Kulwadi fragrance. Beautiful. This one blooms couple times, 2-3 times a year. Something has a flower spike here. I had few more flower spikes. This decided grow a bunch of babies for me. So Tatiana, you asked me about how I grow my Vandas. There we are. All of them here, except for my sun-loving Vandas, which are right there, and that needs work too. All right, anything else here blooming? Yes, look what I see over there. There's a dendrobium here. Ooh, let's see. Yes, I haven't even seen you blooming. This one been blooming like one after another spikes. There's something here spiking, the pink or purple. So these spots, see you guys, that's the fungal, some kind of from too much water, too much moisture. So I'm going to be spraying my orchids tonight for the fungus. So I don't know it's gonna be raining or not, but you know, it's for preventative because I'm leaving them with my husband. So just to make sure if I can save anything, everything from catching some disease. All right, this is Louis Fuchs, Moria Louis Fuchs. That's the hybrid Cattleya with Schomburgia. One of my favorite Schomburgias. The color is amazing. This is the second spike is blooming. The other one is out over there. But it's also very fragrant. Love it. This one grows huge. So you do need plenty of space for it. And I have it on a wooden slot and it's overgrown. But still, oh, I don't know, one day I would need to divide it in half because it started like growing two directions. So I feel like it's ready to be divided, but maybe next year it's just not gonna happen this year. When I come back, it's gonna be holidays and I have to do a lot of things for holidays. So this is probably my last video until after I come back. And Mimi Palmer, yes, I love you, love you, love you. This is the best fragrant orchid ever. Look at this baby. So mama orchid is blooming. She has another flower spike here. And a baby is gonna bloom, have a flower spike. So there is, I added this another Mimi Palmer. This came from Home Depot, believe or not. They had baby back orchids and they had Mimi Palmer a while ago. This big one I got from Benjan Orchids that grew so big. I think my original one was the size of this Kiki baby. And then now, look at them. And this is the Violetta. She bloomed not long ago. She's not blooming now. We have Dendrobium blooming on the palm tree. I have a bunch of them there. Anything else? Something is on the other side. I saw it. So ideally you want to fertilize your orchids, you know, be consistent with it, because I know when in the past I was doing regular fertilizing, like weak water soluble fertilizer and weekly, it really shows the different good growth, nice leaves, and then you know, more blooms, bigger blooms. So but I haven't been doing it lately. If I do the fertilizer now once a month, that's lucky for them. But really, if you have time, if you don't have that big of the collection, once a week with a week solution would be ideal. I'm telling you, it makes a big difference. I've just been so busy with work and house and yard that my orchids get minimum of fertilizer, because I used to have that electric pump, the battery. It was awesome. Now it's my backpack and it's so hard. It's just heavy. I have neck problems, shoulder problems, back problems from my work. So carrying that backpack on my back is really hard on me, because then I have to go next day to work and clean people's teeth, and it's beating up on me. So I'm saving for another electric, like battery operated pump. but I want a big one. It's very expensive, so I'll be doing better with fertilizing and taking care of my orchids. I'm sorry. Okay, let's get back to orchids. So that's the one. And this one is opening up. This is the same I have here. And this one I got in Home Depot. I'm like, I have already this one and I just cannot not buy another one. It was a good deal, and this one is super fragrant also. And I don't remember the cross of it, but it does have a name. Smells so good. It has Mimi Palmer in it. That's why. And Tessellata is very fragrant. So I got two of them. It's so bad. I love, love, love fragrant orchids. And this one is so bright fuchsia purple. Why not Cattleya type orchid? It has a couple more flower spikes. This one is just attached to the wooden slot. I mean slotted basket, not a basket, plug. There we go. And now this is not fungus. It's a the green stuff. It looks brown. I forgot what you call it. So that's not a fungus. It doesn't harm the orchid. Sometimes you just can rinse it off with the hose. Oh, what is it? The green stuff from the oh my god, I don't know if it's gonna come back, but in my I mean, I can remember the word for it. This cutie is from Mott's Orchids. That was my when I had my little order with the little babies viandas. This one been blooming. This is like short time blooming, and look at the pretty kind of buttery yellow, creamy buttery with this cute purple lip. And I don't think this one grows big, but pretty. So this one worth to mention that she's been blooming for a long time. She's not the prettiest in color, cute, very fragrant too. And I don't know if we can see because it's a pencil. Kultana green gold and Tessellata. Alright. What else? So we saw this baby from the other side. So ideally you also want to water these viandas every day because they're pretty much bare roots. They have no media. They're not attached to the tree. So, and honestly, it happens when I didn't water them for a day or two, and it's okay, but really they like regular watering. So they get watered by sprinklers. Other than the upper row over here don't get the sprinklers, but everything in the bottom gets sprinklers. So I have to go back over with the hose and hose them down. This baby is blooming, so fragrant, and that's the Tessellata herself. That's the species, and I have lots of hybrids with her. And she's very fragrant. And this is Tessellata semi-alba. Yes, let me see you, Chuck. Yes, so it's a species. The two babies came from Home Depot. They were not bag babies, but sometimes they sell the blooming viandas. And look at her size. She was what, $39. They sell them for $39. This one was $28. Cute, also yellowish with that purple lip, creamy yellow. Me. This one is way smaller, but that was a good buy. Okay, that was a bag baby vianda long time ago. What else is blooming? Of course you are blooming. You're always blooming. You're not on the way out. But goodness, One spike is done, there would be another coming soon. She is in bloom all the time. Looks like a miniature orchid vanda that is always blooming. That's again from Mott's Quattrum. Aww. Okay, I have a video I made, never released, beginning of August, when this baby just started to bloom. Because it was in pieces, it was raining, and I just never had time to put it all together. So this is what left. I absolutely love this orchid. She is a species, she blooms only once a year, but it's worth to wait. Very fragrant, has teeny tiny flowers, look like little birdies over there with that pink color on white, and the spikes are could be like a foot long spike, right? And it's just full of these teeny tiny flowers. All this is falling off now. It's done. She had 2 flower spikes. There are 2 of them, 2 siblings. It's not a kiki, it's 2 siblings. So often they bloom at the same time. Last year she actually did better. Each of them had 2 flower spikes. This year just 1 from each. She doesn't grow fast. She's such a slow grower. I have her for 4 years and she still have very few. She lost few leaves and she has very few leaves, but lots and lots of roots. She's rooty. Okay, we have more dendrobiums over there blooming on the palm trees. Nothing is blooming here. I moved my cataserums here, and I don't know, I'm so scared for them if they're gonna do well under my husband's care, but here at least they get some water from sprinklers. And my Shiriliana, goodness, this is the this is Phalaenopsis species. Okay, let's see here. This is from Norman's Orchids. I bought it a couple years ago. She did bloom for me once, but she was just in this basket and nothing else in there. And she was like, her leaves were so soft, like always soggy, soft, very thin. And then I added some, that's a, goodness, what is it? I don't know why I cannot come up with the name. It's a fern fiber, tree fern fiber. And she likes to be like watered pretty much every day. Not if, of course, not if she's in a moss, sphagnum moss, but this one is a little more airy. So I noticed that she needs to be watered pretty much every day. So that's why I put her here. She gets the sprinklers every day, the irrigation sprinklers. So, and now I can feel the difference. Her leaves finally got plump and thicker, plumpier. So I know many of you guys have hard time growing this, but that's what I noticed. She needs good watering. These squirrels are just making all this noise up there. Look at this, my Hoya is blooming. So I have few Hoyas. I love them, I just don't have room for them. I would have Hoyas everywhere because there's so many varieties. I'm just trying to not to get many of them because I don't have a room. They like certain areas, and when I find a spot for them, they're happy, that's where they are. This is under the palm trees here, so they get the morning sun, and that's it pretty much. A little bit shady here. but look at them. This red one is now growing from the ground. I got her out of the pot. She wasn't happy there, getting too much water. But now she's like climbing the palm tree. And we have more flowers, little thingies that even up there. Okay, what else? What else? Nothing is blooming here. By the way, my vanilla orchid was blooming again, but I did not pollinate it this time because I pollinated last time. I got 4 vanilla beans, but curing, I look how do you cure vanilla beans. I look up on the videos. It's so much trouble. Like for 4 of them, go through all that. You guys, I just sun dry them, and then I'm like, what do I do now with them? So I ended up throwing them away. Maybe sometimes in the future when I have more time, when I'm retired, I might do something about it. But not now, not yet. It just gets too overwhelming with all the chores. There is really no time for it. All right, those are my all the Cattleyas babies that were bare roots, and I attached them to corks, and I think each and every of them doing pretty good. I'm not happy about this place. I think they get too much sun, like the full morning sun, but then they get shade the rest of the day. But even that, I think a little too much here, a little too hot for them. But right now I don't have anything for them, don't have a place for them. Next year I have an idea on the other side of the house, but I would need to do some kind of irrigation arrangement for them. So that would be work in process. And baby cherry babies are blooming, the ones that are mounted here. Something is gonna bloom here. This flower spike, I'm gonna miss it. Oh, all right. This one is on the cork. I repotted it probably this spring. I mean, I took it out of the pot. Splendida. This is Splendida too. Look what I did. She had such an odd shape, so I put it on the upside down upside down basket. So she's growing that way, and this baby, look all the roots. She took off nicely. This was actually for you because you were bending over. Somebody tried to sit on you. I get squirrels sitting here on the railing and eating little seeds from the palm trees. All right, let's check out a couple of things here before I go there, because this baby is blooming. 3 flower spikes. I mean 1 flower spike with 3 flowers. And she is so fragrant. This was a bagged baby from Home Depot. She was in a pot for a long time, and then to the point that I almost lost her. She was probably over water, started losing her roots. That's what happened with me and orchids in the pots. So now when it's time to repot my cattleyas, I'm trying to mount them on the cork or in the basket. So this is the name for it. But she recovered so nicely from me from the taking her out of the pot with almost all roots dead, but she did have a couple of new growths, and she just, look at that, there is nothing in there. I think maybe just a little bit coconut fiber for the little bit moisture, but I'm gonna be watch closely that fiber. If it start getting bad, I'm gonna be pulling it out, but so far so good. Love it, love it, love it, love it. She bloomed before a few times, so that I feel like the more mature she gets, the bigger flower she gets. Oh baby, I love you. What else is blooming? That one is on the way out. This another. So those are same dendrobiums. I took them here to spray them with Savine because they were getting trip. So I sprayed them. They perked up. I should have have it done before that. So those are bunch of dendrobiums, that the one that I have on a palm tree. So all little ones that I divided, and they grew into new orchids practically. Wait, sorry. Because I saw here another one blooming, Hippodamia. She blooms a lot. She bloomed all summer, more flower spikes. So that one, I'm telling you, it's mature fast. She gets new canes, new growth, and then new little canes, and then pretty fast she gets the bud and she blooms. So this orchid, you don't have to wait for a whole year when it blooms, because the canes mature fast and she blooms pretty often. She has 3 flowers over there, just hard for me to get there, and another bud here. And also sometimes, like, I don't cut off the old flower spike if it's still green. Sometimes she might get a little bud and grow and bloom again. So unless it gets all the way dry. Oh, I see you. One more thing here. This is Encyclia, something O'Neill. Pretty limey green petals with the pink or lavender color leaf. She's on the way out. She's been blooming forever. Here is something Sirena O'Neill. And Encyclias for me blooms just once a year, and I'm happy. All right, let's get out of here and let's check out what's blooming here. So this is my Mocara or sun-loving Vanda bed, and I did clean up here the weeds and stuff, but I do need to do some rocks or mulch there because it's always mess. The weed grows so fast there. So and the tree overgrew. In the past it had less of the branches, less of the leaves, so it had more sun. Now Clusia, look at this crazy hedge taking off. So I would need to, when I come back, I would need to work on this bed and rearrange everything and trim down this tree, because that's just too much shade for my sun-loving Vandas. Some of them at the corner, at the edge, gets more sun, they bloom more often. The ones in the back don't bloom as often because they really need sun to bloom. All right, these babies, all of them are in the pots. I have them in the pots, and some are staked with stakes. Some of them have these cages, and I do prefer cages because that feels like more permanent attachment and sturdy and doesn't rot down like the stakes. So this was, in that video, she was so pretty just opening up. Now there's 2 siblings. Okay, concentrate, Lana. Beautiful, beautiful color. So you guys been asking me about moths orchids, moths pandas. And by the way, all these ones with thinner leaves, see how this has thinner leaves? They're uh, Terret orchids. It's just a different type, different breed. Like this one more looks like strap leaf viandas, right? But that's a mocara or aranda. Now it's like, I think all of them are pretty much arandas. They look more like vianda strip type, right? Strip type with the wide leaf. Um, but because of the hybrid, it is fine with the direct sun. But like the wider leaves are, try not to get like hottest sun for them. Like full morning sun is fine, full evening sun is fine, but not midday. These ones with the thinner leaves, they like more folded. They can take more sun. If it's side by side, you can tell the difference in the leaves. Those are much wider. They open up more. Those guys are folded like that pretty much always. This is Terret Vendas, different breed. And I think they hybridize with the pencil orchid like Miss Guakim orchid. So they can take more sun for sure. So from most orchids. Look at this. This one, not quite 2 years. I mean, there are two of them, same color. This was my first bundle from moths. So almost, not all of them, but most of mine Terret orchids or quadra-terrets. There depends on the hybrid. They call them differently. Came from moths. I have I ordered from them 2 times. The first time, it's I think in October or November, it's going to be 2 years. The 10 of them, it was 5 different, I think. It was like 2 of each. So the bundle of 10. So look how tall it grew. It is at least 3 feet tall. They all were around a foot tall, and they bloom for me. This has been blooming many times already. This one that I ordered, oh my god, I have to go back and look, but this is like a foot long, right? That's my newest order, also from moths. Look, I have flower spike. All of them doing great. Oh my god, sprinklers are coming up. I better get out of here. All of them are blooming. This is the earliest, again, moths orchid from that first batch. It's been blooming several times. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm gonna be all watered here. So 2 siblings also, and I'll say about 3 feet tall, right? Not 2 years yet. These 3 from my latest purchase. Was it in the spring, I think, or in the summer when I got in the spring? Probably. I need to check. I have a video with unboxing them. But all of them, these 3 from the latest bundle, look at them doing great. So both of them have flower spikes, the same kind, but little different in colors because they're seedlings, I guess. I mean, yeah, from the seeds, so they do very little better in the color. This has little more yellowish. This is more pinkish. Big flowers, so pretty. And this one, that's from my old batch bundle from moths. This one already done, but this one still open up and little dragonfly on top of it. How cute. These guys have little more creamy, like peachy color with the red cranberry lip. Oh, my orange is done. So they doing great for me here in South Florida. I mean, this guy's always blooming. This was a first one, but this one I need to move. Doesn't get much sun, but it was blooming more often when it was on getting more sun there. So all my moss orchids, if you guys afraid to, if you're from this area, they're all doing so well. I didn't lose any, and from the old ones, all of them blooming. Even my baby's starting to giving me flower spikes. Somebody also asked me, okay, you hear the sprinkler is here, where I'm getting my mocaras. All my mocaras came from orchid shows, local orchid shows, like sometimes we have Coral Springs Society here somewhere in the Coral Spring, and on the big orchid shows they always have these types of orchids, mocaras, vandas. I cannot, it's not coming to my memory who exactly I got them from. I know, I think it was RF orchids. It was that white one from Orchids in Bloom that blooms all the time. She has two kikis that now bloom more than Mama does, but Mama also getting the new flower spike. So, oh my gosh, these plants, you guys, look so funky, but it smells so good. It's called, what it called? Had teeny tiny white flowers, and then it's like sandy paper, like sandpaper, rough leaves. Almond plant, like almond nuts, but it's not almond nuts, but it's, I think, like almond bush or something. It smells so good. It's gonna be here. I'm just gonna try to contempt it, I mean to trim it so it's not overgrowing everything. But this is it, you guys. I think this is it. It's enough for today. I've been talking and talking before I get wet here. See this guy, I need to spray it because something going on here, and it has too much shade. See the tree? Not so good for my vandas, for my sun-loving orchids. Alright, this is it. So they need to be watered every day too. They get sprinkled, they get watered by the sprinklers when the irrigation system on. All of them get sprayed, including my fence orchids. And this little trellis here with my baby orchids that grew a lot. None of them, not all of them babies now. Some of them pretty good size. They love this shade because the sun pretty much all day here. But this shade, the sun shade close, it's I think it's 50-50. I have to check it. Even if it's like 60-40, they're just so happy here. I have lots of babies here, like all of these guys were repotted from the pots, so they had to go through a lot of stress, and they absolutely love it here. All the Cattleya types, and I have few encyclias here, and my big ones, the what are the Giganta? Vinca Stylis Gigantas, they totally love this environment here. Alright, that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and my apology for not answering and getting to the comment section. I'll do my best, but again, I'm gonna be out of the country, won't be able to get to this for a while. Alright, lots of love.